All right, and we are back. Apologize for that. I was trying some different stuff, and I guess I need to do some monitoring with it and stuff first. So I apologize about that, guys. I even went to try and delete it on my Facebook so that people didn't get caught up with watching the other one, and it's not even popping up there yet. There it is. I'm going to delete it real quick, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. You know, it's funny. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling them, oh, I'm watching my live right now. I was watching my live be live. Okay, we are ready. And now I have a little bit of anxiety because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't have any. Okay, so today starts the listeners picking the topics. Our topic is from Jill Theron today, and it is patience with self and trusting the process. And trusting the process. We're going to get a lot of advice when we first get into the program. 90 meetings in 90 days. Get a sponsor, read the big book. And these are all things that we all do in the very beginning in order to get us sober and keep us sober, and then start into recovery, some mental wellness, some relief, filling that hole in your heart. And it is a process. You are going, you hear me say this all the time. I'm a big AAer, but AA is not the only way. Okay. But the process is. And so, Jill, thank you for the comment today, or the suggestion today for the topic. If you guys are watching, please say hello. Whether you're watching the rewatch or the live version, if you post right now, I'm not going to see it because it's not hooked up, and I, once again, do not apologize for that. We're done apologizing. So we're going to go to the comments there. Yes, today is my 50th birthday. It is also the 50th anniversary of the death of Jimi Hendrix. I was born the same day Jimi Hendrix died, and I don't know, it's something I'm proud of. I don't be proud of somebody dying, but kind of a running joke in our family. So I always give props to Jimi Hendrix on my birthday. 50 years later, we're still listening to his music. So, wish God would have given him a chance, but we'll never know. So, and trusting, so patience and self-trusting. Jill, you made this very hard for me. So, patience. I think the first person I had to have patience with was myself. I had to give myself time. I had to give myself a chance. And remember that there were plenty of people that went through the program before me that were worse off than I was, and they made it. Right? And that gave me some hope. I was willing enough to look at other people and see how I was like them instead of looking at the differences. And I was willing to take the cotton out of my ears and put it in my mouth. And now, patience, and it's kind of a tough one. We can be impatient, where and I can usually tell my patience level by how I'm reacting to other people. Good way to check your patience level is go take a drive. Go get on the highway for a couple miles. You'll know your patience level at that point, won't you? Right? We become different people when we get in the car. I think the number one, I don't know the number one thing, but I think the biggest thing is probably giving ourselves, just allowing ourselves the time to have that chance, because we want everything now. Okay. And we're not going to get everything now. You know, when I first got sober, I'd ask God for something and the answer was no. And now I really don't ask God for anything, but now he says, not yet. You know, of course, a lot of my prayers are about helping other people or getting out of self. The only thing I really ask for myself is stay clean and sober. And I'm selfish about that part. But yes, trusting the process and having faith. Okay. Why does that seem harder? And because it involves action. Those are actions. Trusting in a process is an action. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be a lot more prepared for this. I always have to go through it the first time, see what it's like, so I know what I need to do. It's part of the process here, so I appreciate you being patient. God, this is working out real well. All right, Facebook is there, but unfortunately, guys, it's not showing me the comments. So I'm going to put the comments up here, and hopefully they will show up. I am actually looking at a different system this weekend. Patience. God, give us patience. Where should we read? We in turn sought the same escape with all desperation of drowning men. What seemed at first a flimsy reed has proved to be the loving and powerful hand of God. A new life has been given us, or, if prefer, a design for living that really works. And that is the 12 steps. That is part of the process. So steps 1, 2, and 3, we're going to start to develop that trust, especially in step 3, where we're going to give our will and our lives over to the care of God. And that's really where you're going to find out where your willingness stands at. And the distinguished American psychologist William James, in his book, Varieties of Religious Experience, indicates a multitude of ways in which men have discovered God. We have no desire to convince anyone that there is only one way by which faith can be acquired. Absolutely. And I don't remember if I said this in the first one or this one. Actually, let's finish this. We'll get to that. If what we have learned and felt and seen means anything at all, it means that all of us, whatever our race, creed, or color, are the children of a living creator, with whom we may form a relationship upon a simple understanding terms as soon as we are willing and honest enough to try. Those having religious affiliations will find nothing disturbing to their beliefs or ceremonies. There is no friction among us over such matters. Okay? And the reason being is I have my higher power, you have your higher power. We all have our own beliefs. I had a really good friend for years and years, and he was an atheist. Okay. We never, ever, ever argued over religion. Not once. Okay. Because we had the same attitudes. We had the same outlook on life. He wanted to help other people too. Okay. We did several businesses together, and our mantras were taken from AA. Keep it simple, stupid. Things like that. Of course, a lot of our mantras came from another place. Just so nothing's original. It's just kind of put into different terms that we can understand. Okay. That's why there's different roads to recovery, guys. AA isn't the only way. Did I say that in my last one or this one? I don't know. But AA is not the only way. All right. Was I giving Jill props for this one when it should have been Lori? I was, wasn't I? Now I know. See, now I know that I need to write the name down. I'm horrible with that. Okay. So Lori gave us, okay, Lori. I hope you're listening, Lori. Woo! Trust me, I would have found out after. All right. We think it is no concern of ours what religious bodies our members identify themselves with as individuals. This should be an entirely personal affair which each one decides for himself in the light of past associations or his present choice. Not all of us join religious bodies, but most of us favor such memberships. In the following chapter, there appears an explanation of alcoholism as we understand it. Then a chapter addressed to the agnostic. Many who were once in this class are now among our members. Surprisingly enough, we find such convictions no great obstacle to a spiritual experience. Further on, clear-cut directions are given showing how we recovered. These are followed by 42 personal experiences. Okay? Each individual in their personal stories describes in his own language and from his own point of view the way he established his relationship with God. And I have a little note down here. These are directions how to tell your story in a speaker meeting. Okay, so that's how we do it. So we use our own point of view to let people know how we established our relationship with God. These give a fair cross-section of our memberships and a clear cut of what is actually happening in their lives. Okay? You guys hear me say this all the time. Your story is very important. Do not belittle your story. I get on people that belittle their stories. No. Okay? What you have to say is important. Okay? So be patient with yourself. Trust the process. Raise your hand and tell your experience, strength, and hope. It'll be okay. Trust me. I promise you it will be. We hope no one will consider these self-revealing accounts in bad taste. So the stories. I don't think I've ever heard somebody say that, man, that was really in bad taste after a speaker meeting. And if I do hear something like that, that person probably is required to go to those AA classes. So our hope is that many alcoholic men and women desperately in need will see these pages, and we believe that it is only by fully disclosing ourselves and our problems that they will be persuaded to say, yes, I am one of them too, and I must have this thing. Another way we might need to have patience. I had 12 years of sobriety at one point. I'm going to tell you, I miss it. And I have 16 years of combined sobriety. And during that time, I mean, you know, I was steeped in AA very much. I was hitting 3 to 4 meetings a day for 6 months. Okay. Add that up. It's well over 1,000, I think. I don't know. But I needed that. I needed those things, right? So when I got back into the program, I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I deserved to be here. I didn't feel like I had earned it. You know, again, these were just excuses that my brain was providing me to not get well. That's what it was doing. Then a good friend of mine, he pulled me aside one day. He said, Dion, I'm like, yeah, Terry. He moved away. I miss that motherfucker. And I'd say that to his face. I've known him since I was 19 years old. Trust, okay, we're good. He said, Dion, give yourself a chance. You'll get those 12 years back. And he was right. God decided one day that it was okay for me to have it back. And a lot of things changed. It was a couple months ago. A lot of things changed. I mean, what can I say from that? I mean, it's kind of, you know, my life is very abundant today. You know, I have a lot of close friends, and what I need is to talk with other people and make sure that I'm on the right. Yeah, Jill's saying it. The brain plays tricks on us. And that's why we need meetings, and that's why we need each other. Exactly. Great point, Jill. And that's why it's a we program. Okay. Jill and I do that for each other. We're doing some things together. She's my promoter, you know. And one of our things is that we want to stay humble through this whole process. So what do? We set each other up to succeed. No, Dion, no. Well, and it's okay. It becomes a working relationship. It was nice because she was able to come to me and say, "Hey, Dion, we need to change the background." Okay, it's a little. We need to make it happier, Dion. Not people living on the street here. You guys see what I mean? And that's why we need people. Because I don't want to be popular. I want the show to be popular, and that's why I let other people talk on it. All right, cool, guys. All right. So, yeah, you guys list topics. And as we go through this more and more, we are looking at things like swag that we're going to be handing out. Things are going to change, man. We're going to have fun time doing this. Let's put it that way. And whoever wants to be a part of, if you ever want to be a part of, let me know. Okay? I will find a place for you. Trust me. I always do. Okay? And you'll enjoy it too. You'll actually have fun. Okay? That's what I do. I give people stuff that they enjoy to do. And then I support it, and I support it, and I support it, and I support it. And I do that for everyone that touches my life. I love you guys. Have a great day. I love you all. Let me know as well. You got it. Let Jill know as well. We're all here, guys. Maybe you want to talk to me. Maybe you're like, oh, dear. Okay. Call Jill. Go hold Jill. All right. Love you guys. Peace out. And have a day.